Hey Wanderers, and welcome to the Wandering Gamer Network Plays Spider-Man. I'm Zack.
And I'm Mandy, and I'm getting out the stopwatch. There we go.
We'll do slot 3 again.
Alright, sounds good. Yeah, it's time for us to play a new... Oh, that's cool.
This is where me and Caitlin fell in love with the game, where they have just all the different names for them.
That's really good. I like that.
Let's do friendly?
You're playing, so...
I'm playing on my own at Amazing, and it's not terrible, but I also don't want to have to sit and level up when you're not here, so let's do friendly.
Friendly sounds great. Yeah, we're playing something new. This is right after Monster Prom. Starting... I think this is another long game, right?
It's longer, I think.
Longer.
I don't think it's super long, though. I started playing it yesterday, and I'm 23% through.
Oh,
And
okay.
granted, I did play a bit, but I also went around doing side questing, so.
Oh, yeah. That's not bad.
But I started playing it, I'm like, this is really fun.
Either way, it shouldn't be as long as Kingdom Hearts.
Oh my gosh, hopefully not. That was rough. And this game is actually fun. And the story's pretty solid. It's superhero story, so you're not gonna get the most amazing thing ever. I hate this part so much though. It's a creepy spider, and I do not like spiders at all.
Oh man, how realistic is the artwork in this?
So everything's good until you see Peter Parker's face.
Really?
Let me tell you, his face is not great.
All right.
It's very uncanny valley for him, but him as Spider-Man, fine. Other characters, fine. His face is just weird.
They go to Uncanny Valley with it.
Yeah, maybe, I don't know. It looks weird. I think I think maybe it's it feels like a mashup of the 3 film Spider-Mans. Maybe my problem. Because there's very Tobey Maguire in it, but there's also Andrew Garfield.
Really?
Yeah, well, his hair is very Andrew Garfield.
All right.
Did you ever watch the Daredevil Netflix show?
No, I didn't.
Okay. Caitlin was excited because Wilson Fisk was in this.
Oh.
Kingpin? I don't know how much he earned.
Well, I mean, he was in... Kingpin was the main baddie in, what's it called?
See, his face just looks weird to me. Maybe it's not, bad, it just looks...
Spider-Verse.
Oh, you're right, he was.
Yeah, I see what you mean. It's...
it looks halfway between, Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield, to me. And maybe it's just the hair of this Andrew Garfield.
Well, now it doesn't matter because he's in the suit.
You spend a lot of time in the suit, obviously.
Oh, good.
Also, I think it's a cute way to have the HUD.
Oh.
It's his spider suit is where you get that.
Nice.
All units stand by. Warrant is en route.
Whee!
Yeah, it look...
I mean, in his suit, he looks great.
Right, and that's the thing is he's the only one I find really off-putting, and weird.
Oh man, the city looks great.
Yeah, this game, the swinging is so much fun.
Oh, I don't know if we ever talked about this. We're here at the end of 2019. And they finally reversed the decision to not give us
Come on, Yuri. I've been waiting.
the third Spider-Man movie. So we're gonna get a third one, which is good because the second one, rightfully so, did one of the things that I may or may not like in movies, which is left a cliffhanger.
Oh,
I
man.
don't like it if they're very obviously not going to get a sequel.
Yeah, it gets tedious. I don't think it was... I don't know. Part of it I felt was Marvel trying to force Sony's hand a little bit.
It's hard, right? Because, okay, I do think that Into the Spider-Verse, which is a Sony movie, did a really, really great job with Spider-Man. But I also I don't think that was... I'll have to look that up and see exactly who animated it. Because I don't think that was solely Sony Pictures.
Well, and here's the thing. like, yes, Into the Spider-Verse was amazing.
Well,
I will give them credit where credit is due. However, Into the Spider-Verse, great. Amazing Spider-Man 1 and 2.
I was gonna say the continuation of that thought process is they haven't had a live action Spider-Man that has worked since I would argue the very first one in the early 2000s.
I've heard Spider-Man 2 is really good.
Yeah, I've heard it's kind of messy just from like there's no one villain, and like the story instead of it being like a one villain's the main one going through like the whole movie type of thing. Like there's not like a through line. It's very comic book, like little stories here and there, but it tries to do a through story with like Peter Parker. So I don't know. I've heard many things. Produced by Columbia Pictures and Sony Pictures Animation, but it is also in association with Marvel. How does that work?
I think they have to like list Marvel because like Marvel owns Spider-Man.
That would make sense. Who actually animated it? That's what I want to know. Because like I totally agree with you. I think and they like Into the Spider-Verse took a huge risk with the art style, but I love it. Like,
I think it paid off too.
It totally did. But yeah, they haven't had a Spider-Man as lovable as Tom Holland.
I would say that like Tom Holland is more lovable than all of the Spider-Men that they had in Into the Spider-Verse.
Yes. It was just
not for lack of
the Into the Spider-Verse was just a very competent story, competent animation, and by competent I mean like really good.
It was they made a choice and it paid off.
Yes. But Tom Holland I think just feels like and that's the other thing is we're not Into the Spider-Verse isn't Peter Parker. It's Miles Morales.
Right. Which I think that was the perfect introduction for Miles Morales.
Oh,
I think,
yeah.
I think it was insanely good. I think it was perfect in like every way.
He also didn't have to compete then with Tom Holland because
Right.
at the time that was Peter Parker.
Right. And I think Tom Holland is the perfect Peter Parker. He does cool, like the like dorky cool just like well enough. You know?
Oh,
he's not too cool, but he's also not too dorky like Tobey Maguire.
Yeah.
So I've never seen those movies actually, the original ones. But like everyone really loves Tobey Maguire and I'm like
I've seen the first one. Watching it now, everybody is way too old. Like significant yes. Like significantly too old. Like none of those people should be in high school. And I think that's one of the things that the Tom Holland Spider-Mans do so well, which is that it feels like they're dorky kids in high school, like Andrew Garfield. I didn't end up watching those movies because I like Andrew Garfield, but he's too old. Like, watching him in the trailers just didn't feel right. You know what I mean?
he was all right. He was just he got the sarcasm down. But like I don't know. They were only all right, you know. He was like a smart aleck, not witty.
Yeah.
And there's a difference. Like it kind of felt like the director or like the script writers were just like what does it mean to be like they were like kids who just learned sarcasm. Man, I can speak tonight.
Yeah.
You know, like when a kid first learns sarcasm and all of a sudden everything is sarcasm because, oh, this is funny.
Yeah. Oh, I guess I'm wrong. Sony Pictures ImageWorks is actually, it looks like they were the big animator. It's a Canadian visual effects and computer animation company in Vancouver. And in California, and yeah, it's part of Sony Pictures Animation. All right, interesting. Okay, no, I I think the other thing too about the Tobey Maguire one is like, for the life of me, I cannot tell you what the. I think those other guys are just standing there while you kick.
Well, I beat the crap out of their comrade. I don't know if friends the right word.
Whatever, coworkers. I can't tell you exactly what the history of like superhero movies were, but I think I kind of vaguely remember Spider-Man being one of like because I kind of remember Blade in like the 90s, but I think it was one of the first like superhero movies, you know?
Yeah, well, because in 2001, I think, was X-Men, the first X-Men.
Oh, yeah. I forgot about that.
That one was a weird movie. Like, I've watched it more recently.
Yeah.
And then Spider-Man and X-Men 2, I think, came out around the same-ish time.
Call from May. Better answer.
Yeah, that's interesting. I would be very curious what the actual like timeline is, but I think okay, so first ever live action of Spider-Man. Spider-Man is a beloved superhero, and it was in an era where there weren't like a ton of superhero movies coming out.
Right, that was before like Batman got redone.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, because Batman was redone in like 2008 was, I think, Batman Begins.
Oh gosh, I couldn't tell you.
On to the next one.
Let's see, superhero movies. How far back does this go? This only goes back to 2017. Boo. And starts with the Lego Batman movie. That's hilarious.
I mean, it's the best DC movie that's out.
Yeah, okay, this one goes back to 2014 and talks about Big Hero 6. Which counts. Yeah, it's I'm not finding a lot before the early 2010s at the moment. Which is canceled. Let's be real. Green Lantern reboot.
Well, it was canceled.
I think so. Oh, that's funny. That's sad but funny. Yeah, there's this weird I don't want an upcoming. I'm just curious what the list of American superhero movies. Ooh, here we go.
Well, you've watched most of the DC movies, haven't you?
Yes, except for the recent ones. I'm not gonna lie.
Which
Wait
ones?
a minute. Why is Kiss Meets the Phantom of the Park under the list of American superhero movies?
Which recent ones haven't you seen?
I did not end up watching Batman v Superman, Justice League, or Suicide Squad, but I did watch reviews about them.
Okay, because I think Cody's seen all of them.
He's seen all of them. Every one looks awful. Like, every trailer just looked awful. So I just watched, and we had the baby, and I was like, I'm just not going to have time for this. So I just watched trailers to see if it would be worth it, and or reviews, and basically the answer is no.
My favorite, when Suicide Squad came out, my favorite thing that summer to do was watch reviews saying that I was right, that it is as terrible as I looked. Why can't I go down?
I don't know. Oh, does this not even...
Oh, I have to go to the other side.
This isn't even going to tell me about... Oh, that's BS. This isn't even going to talk to me about, Marvel. Or... This is just, like, random things. Like, why is... This is, Flash Gordon, Conan the Destroyer. This is all stuff from, like, the late 70s. So, okay, fine. Let's go DC first. DC, Batman Returns and Batman Forever was 89, 92, and 95. Batman Begins, that was the reboot, right? With
Batman Begins, yeah.
Yeah, that was 2005.
Okay. But still, I think X-Men was 2001, and then Spider-Man was 2003, I think?
I think so. That's what I'm looking up now. Marvel comic. Live action. Okay, Spider-Man was 2002. Yes.
Okay.
True, but that's part of my charm, isn't it?
I think they nailed Spider-Man pretty well in this.
Get that door down now!
He seems angry.
Just a little bit. Oh no! I just stand there while you beat. I love bad guys in video games.
What have you ever...
Yeah, just from like a quick glance, it looks like kind of in every couple years a superhero movie would come out, and then you hit Spider-Man in 2002, and basically there's been a superhero movie every year since then.
Jeez.
Yeah, actually, that's true. Cause there was X-Men in 2000, then 2002 you had Spider-Man, 2003 Daredevil and Hulk, 2004 Spider-Man 2 and The Punisher, 2005 Fantastic Four, which they just cannot get right. Poor Fantastic Four.
They kind of deserve better, but it's... I don't know.
Well, it's so hard because anyway, point is there's been at least one superhero movie from Marvel every year since 2002. Or Marvel-based comics. Fantastic Four is interesting because I was watching people do, people were talking about it. I can't remember which reviewers I was watching. But basically they're talking about how Fantastic Four is it's really goofy. It's like a goofy comic in terms of powers and the stuff that they get into. And so you need to, but every movie takes it so seriously, which I honestly think is probably a product of
the time.
Yeah, well, and a product of movies, where movies want to be really gritty and realistic. That's why they talk about Les Mis having a problem where, you've got people singing really boisterously, but then you also have, really gritty looking things on your TV screen. It's the dissonance between singing, musicals and gritty realism.
Right.
But Fantastic Four, they not only usually spend half the movie trying to do the setup, how they got their powers and who they are and why you should care about them. But then they have the second half where it's just well, now we gotta fight some baddies. I think they should just start with their powers, kind of like Spider-Man has.
Right.
At this point, we've seen so many origin stories for Fantastic Four that who cares?
And it's also I don't know, there's only so serious you can take someone when their main antagonist is someone named Doctor Doom.
Right? They did.
At a certain point, guys, you got to be a little bit more self-aware than you are right now.
Well, and then the other thing too is obviously
that guy is very dead. Did you see?
Yeah.
He blocked a rocket with his body.
Great, good job.
Video games are silly.
They are very silly, and I love it. There's only so much. At least with Spider-Man, there's only one person you have to follow getting superpowers. Fantastic Four, there's 4 of them that you have to follow, and half of them, or at least one, tries to explain how Doctor Doom got his powers too, and you're I don't care about this.
Right, even if it's all the same way, it's you're trying to get everyone invested in 4 characters.
4 characters, maybe 5 with your villain. It's it doesn't matter. Just
right, and
I just want to see them beat someone up. I just want to see them working as a team, and I don't know.
That's kind of my problem with the Batman stuff now, is where they're just time and time again they're oh, we need to go over the origin story of Batman. I'm at this point, if you don't know who Batman is, this movie is not for you.
Right? I feel like I don't know. Maybe the next time we do a Batman movie, do like a quick flashback. But otherwise, let's just have a Batman movie. You gonna shoot Spider-Man? Oh my goodness! Why y'all gonna shoot Spider-Man?
Because they're working for Fisk. Talk about a knockout, though.
Right?
Shield enemies.
Y'all rude. We're just gonna stand here.
Oh no, I'll never get
Spider-Man is like stupid strong, though.
You know, that's something I didn't realize. Okay, so
I think he's like strength-wise, like he's like in like top 10 list of like strongest characters, like physical strength.
yeah. Well, and I didn't like before seeing the Tom Holland movie. The two things I didn't know were that Spider-Man was actually really strong, and that he made the web slingers out of like tech. Because the Sam Raimi ones, it's like in his bloodstream, and I was like, oh, that's weird. All right, I guess
like,
that's what spiders do.
Yeah, it's this weird thing that everyone's like, oh yeah, like the song's like anything a spider can, like, and the web slingers are just something he made up.
I'm right outside his office.
Take him down, now.
Well,
Do it.
I think we're gonna wait until next episode to go fight Fisk
Let's go get him next time.
on the Wandering Gamer Network plays Spider-Man. You're taking my lines.
Well, we'll see you guys next time.
Keep wandering.
Bye.
Hey Wanderers, and thanks for listening to the Wandering Gamer Network plays Spider-Man. We hope you enjoyed it. If you would like to hear more content from the Wandering Gamer Network, check out the link in the description below. We have several actual play podcasts, including City of Mist, our homebrew space adventure Outlaws Wanted, and many more. Until next time, keep wandering.